89.07. Let's bring back in Oliver Sloup from Blue Line Futures in Chicago. Oliver, anything jump out at you there?
Well, livestock markets have certainly been, I think, a bright spot in the agricultural space this week. We've got the cattle complex and lean hogs moving to the upside, and I think that is certainly a silver lining, especially for the live cattle market. You and I have been talking for the better part of the last month about live cattle futures just being tethered to that 200 and 100-day moving average near 148. We finally got the breakout move, which kind of coincides with the seasonal strength we see this time of year. Looking at April live cattle, we've seen bullish tendencies for 13 out of the last 15 years from October 5th to November 11th, and it looks like we're on pace to mark that trend yet again. But we're up here towards the top end of the range, technical resistance, probably a little bit overbought in the very near term. And we've got a cattle on feed report this afternoon. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the market maybe catch its breath up here and working with those who need to lay off some risk. I think this is an excellent point to do so ahead of a report where there's a little bit of uncertainty baked into it.
Yeah, I mean, we've got, the talks of a shortage coming up, and I know that that's held, some people have held on maybe too long sometimes, but I mean, that's been doing the rounds too. It just hasn't really come to fruition. It's kind of, I'm kind of worried about cattle. I'm kind of worried about crude oil, and I'm kind of worried about nat gas because they're all kind of starting to act a little bit, to me, like cotton, right? Like, just be careful. You might have a great story, but if there's no demand, it doesn't come to fruition. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly it. Cotton's it's a perfect example of that. Now, the other thing I would note with the cattle complex, it's okay to be optimistic, but you do need to manage your risk.
Yeah.
Look at where we're at. We're at 15-year, the highest cash price since 2015. These deferred contracts are trading at 160 plus. Where typically we're lucky to get 120.
Great point. Great point. Great stuff. Thank you very much for coming on a Thursday afternoon. I know you're busy. Oliver Sloup, he doesn't do it for free. Blue Line Futures in Chicago. Give him a call.